This is episode 9 of the Unapologetic Gentlemen. We're back, ready to talk about a lot of things that have transpired. Where do you guys want to kick off? Hey man, Tom Brady's going to his 10th Super Bowl. Where do you guys think his legacy ranks amongst the all-time great athletes? Not even just the all-time great football players. Is he in that Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Muhammad Ali, Tiger Woods type conversation for you guys?
I want to go first because I know Joey's a little bit more passionate about this topic. But I'm going to say, for me, being a Niners fan growing up, I was born in the Bay Area, raised down here, I always growing up would say Montana was the greatest of all time. But it's Brady. Brady's the GOAT. You can't deny going to 10 Super Bowls and he's won 6 for 9 pretty much, and now this is his 10th Super Bowl, and he's doing it at 43 years old, throwing 40+ touchdowns. I don't think it's debatable. But he's in a different class.
I think everyone's come to the conclusion that based on his accomplishments, he's the GOAT. My question is, because accomplishments to me, accomplishments and talent are not necessarily the same thing. Is he on that Mount Rushmore of athletes though? Like is he on that Mount Rushmore?
If you're talking skill set,
greatest athletes,
I take Aaron Rodgers over him then.
But you got all the greatest athletes have the accomplishments. Like Wayne Gretzky has the accomplishments, the talent. Jordan had the accomplishments, the talent. LeBron has the accomplishments, the talent. Tiger Woods has the accomplishments, the talent. So, I think it's a foregone conclusion because of his accomplishments, he's the greatest quarterback ever. We've seen the Dan Marinos, the Aaron Rodgers, other people like that, the Drew Breeses, the Peyton Mannings, who may have thrown the ball a little bit better or whatever, but don't have the accomplishments to match.
May have.
It just depends on who you're talking about.
He's just not athletic. He's not athletic.
I mean, he's a decent athlete. Let's be honest, because if you to play 20 years in the NFL, you gotta be a decent athlete. And I believe he got drafted coming out of high school to play baseball. So, yeah, in comparison to the greatest athletes playing football, he's not a great athlete. But in generally speaking, I mean, he's a decent athlete. But where do you guys put him in that Mount Rushmore? Like, if you had a Mount Rushmore and you had to name 4 athletes, is Brady getting on Mount Rushmore for you?
4
athletes, see, but yes. That's the thing. Athletes, that's the.
But I mean, again, the accomplishments, what you've done, because at the end of the day,
that's all part of it, though.
He's throwing a football as well as maybe not necessarily with the velocity, but his ability to throw a football with everything encompassing, touch, anticipation, all those type of things. He's done it as well as anyone, and he's won at the highest level. So, I guess my thing is he doesn't play defense. He doesn't play special teams. Most of those guys had to play in every aspect of their sport. Jordan had to guard people, go score. Gretzky had to go score, be in some type of aspect of the defense. Muhammad Ali had to punch people, defend. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's the only difference. But
I don't think you could say the Rushmore simply because there's only 4 spots.
So that's what I'm saying.
Rushmore, and there's other talents in different sports.
Willie Mays,
so
Babe Ruth.
I don't know if you can do that, but is he the greatest quarterback
that's what I'm asking you guys. Okay, if you had a Mount Rushmore, 4 athletes, who you putting on there?
Jordan, Braun, Tiger.
So you're putting 2 basketball players on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Fuck. Jordan, Braun, Tiger. Muhammad, maybe Ali.
Okay.
I just don't.
Jordan, LeBron, I'm with that because I feel like they're right there with each other. As far as like athletes go, Dion has to go up there because corners are some of the most athletic players in any sport. So,
but does he have the accomplishments?
He doesn't have the accomplishments. But that's why it's tricky for me. So like we're doing everything.
That's the only reason Tom Brady would be in this conversation is because of the accomplishments.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because we've seen people that throw the ball better. We've seen people that have done, like Peyton Manning has, I think, 5 or 6 MVPs. Like, we've seen the position played at a higher level than which he's played it, but his accomplishments are undeniable.
When we go versus, like, I just don't think anybody puts Tom over Jordan. I don't think anybody puts Tom over LeBron. I think anybody puts Tom.
I think lots of
people
people put Tom over LeBron
right
now, but LeBron still has a lot to say about that.
LeBron has been to 10 finals too, though.
Yeah.
No, I know,
and he has more league MVPs. than Tom Brady. So
I know.
All the individual accomplishments LeBron has far more than.
He doesn't have more championships.
He doesn't. But it's also a team sport.
I agree.
So when LeBron's playing defense,
I'm just saying I think you would get a lot more pushback on LeBron being on Mount Rushmore over Tom Brady than Michael Jordan.
Tom gets a lot of credit, but he gets a lot of credit for,
of course, he doesn't play defense.
Kickers, the 3 Hall of Fame kickers he had.
But I think that's the only reason why it's a discussion is because
I don't think it's.
He didn't play well in the Rams Super Bowl. They won 10-3.
He threw 3 interceptions in the championship game, and they still won.
Super Bowls where he played well and they lost when he threw for 500.
With Tom Brady, a lot of it feels like it's destiny, man. Like he threw 3 interceptions against Aaron Rodgers, bro, and he still made it to the Super Bowl.
That's because Aaron Rodgers is a joke. But outside of that,
Aaron Rodgers is a joke. That's blasphemy.
Is this unbiased or is this 9 talking?
No, Aaron Rodgers is a joke.
Well, explain.
He's a talent. His talent is outside of the world.
So what makes him a joke?
I just don't like the way he plays. I don't like the way he plays the game.
And in what way?
It's a joke. Like he doesn't capitalize. He does bullshit that just doesn't allow his team to win. Put me in a position to win.
So you're saying he should have ran that ball in?
I don't give a damn about run the ball in, throw the ball in.
But that was the most recent game that he was in.
I don't give a fuck what you do.
I mean, he had three chances off a turnover inside his territory.
But is that play calling? Because the coach made them kick a field goal instead of going for it, which everybody thinks they should have went for it.
Hey, you called those plays out there. Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers has
the coach said that Aaron Rodgers called the third down.
Aaron Rodgers has all credit.
But on 4th down, you guys don't think on 4th and 8, you don't think they should go for it? They're going to give Tom Brady the ball back? You don't give the GOAT the ball back.
They didn't gain 1 yard in those three plays.
Aaron, get it on third.
That's what the coach. If you're a coach, right,
you got to take
to yourself,
points. You got to.
I haven't gained 1 yard from where were they at the 8 on the
8-yard line.
I didn't gain 1 yard in those 3 plays.
So what?
So what?
That's a fact.
So let me talk. The alternative is you giving the ball back to Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, which we just got done saying, with 4 minutes left on the clock.
So
you know what's going to happen.
He's turned the ball over 3 times.
You know what's going to happen.
He's turned the ball over 3 times.
He had 4 completions.
When the hell would I be worried? I'm not worried.
In your mind, you're thinking, I have 3 timeouts and a 2 minute.
I'm not worried.
I have 4 timeouts.
Would you guys consider Tom Brady the most clutch quarterback ever?
Clutch, I would say, yeah.
So you're giving the ball back to the most clutch player ever.
Quarterback ever.
He wasn't playing well then.
He wasn't playing well.
He wasn't playing well.
He had the best first half he's ever had.
He wasn't playing well, but guess what?
He had a terrible
clutch. It was crunch time.
I have Aaron Rodgers.
And you're giving the GOAT the ball back. Okay, so on 4th and 8 with Aaron Rodgers, you go for it.
That's what y'all say. I don't say that.
You go for it, bro. Because at the end of the day, you're still down by 5 even after that field goal.
You have to take points.
Nah, you go for it. You go for it, bro.
Even if you're down by 5 after the field goal, he scores a touchdown.
Go for it, bro.
He scores a touchdown. How much are you down by now? You get the ball back with a minute left.
You know what?
Now you're out of it.
So the analogy on basketball would be if Jordan passed the ball, they're down by 2 points or 1 point, and Jordan passes the ball versus taking the last shot. Everybody's gonna say Jordan should have shot that ball.
LeBron does that all the time, and you champion it.
The cardinal rule is take the points. The cardinal rule is take the points. I promise you, it's take the points. The coach did it literally by the book.
Of course he did, but sometimes you can't do shit by the book.
Why? I have Aaron Rodgers. I have a
defense
defense that's playing well.
To go sometimes off the rails.
I have Aaron Rodgers. I have a defense that's playing well. Guess what? This all looks good being quarterback. I mean, Monday morning quarterback. If I fucking go for it and I don't get it, and they go down there and score, and then now I'm down 2 scores and I get the ball back, this shit's over. Yeah. This shit's fucking over. At the
time, I disagree with the decision, but now after I played Monday morning quarterback and I sat back and thought about it, Tom Brady had 4 completions, 3 interceptions in the second half. I think he was 4 of 11 or whatever.
But it was crunch time.
It was,
take the 3 points. You have to.
And Tom Brady the fact that Aaron Rodgers and them weren't converting on 3rd down situations like for that whole period. It just seemed
analytics tell you to do what they did. Yes, analytics proves it.
No, the analytics said the percentage said that if you went for the touchdown, you had a better.
No. Analytics said that kicking the field goal was the right thing to do.
No,
I promise you, I read that.
10%. You had a 10% chance of winning if you went for it on 4th. 8% chance of winning if you.
I just think the key X factor is Tom Brady. If it's any other quarterback that you're kicking that ball to after that field goal, but it's crunch time, and Tom Brady turns up in crunch time. We all know that.
My defense is playing good. I'm going to ride that. That's the only thing good for us right now. We fucking suck. outside of defense. We're playing well on defense. We fucking suck in every other facet of the game. So guess the fuck
And
what?
we were taking
We're
over
kicking this
taking
fucking
football.
field goal.
So let me ask you this though. So let me ask you this.
Play good defense.
They're
Hopefully we get another
down
chance.
they're down by 8. It's 4th and 8 on their 8-yard line. And if they don't score, now Tom Brady is in his own 10-yard line with
And that's the drive
essentially
going to the
4 timeouts left.
Yeah.
So why would you not have them go 90 yards?
Because I don't
Again,
need
and
all
at the
this.
moment, I agree with that.
I don't need
But
all this.
When
Kick the field goal.
when you're coaching, it's different because you're coaching. You're in the game. He's thinking about, damn, we haven't converted on 3 turnovers inside our own half, and then we just didn't gain.
What do you
1
guys
yard.
think the locker room felt in the moment? Do you think that they were like, why the fuck are we not going for this right now?
No, they're trusting him. If he owns the team, they win the two NFC championships. Guess what, coach? Whatever you say.
Do you guys think A-Rod wanted to go for it?
Who gives a fuck?
Of course he did. Of course
Who
he
cares?
did. But
I don't care if
you
he wants to go
had
for it.
had
I don't
3
care.
chances to gain yards and you didn't gain 1.
Fucking right.
So
He should have tucked and ran that
the
shit,
whole he threw the coach underneath the bus at the end of the game. Well, it wasn't my decision not to go for it. Yeah, it wasn't. But you had 3 turnovers inside your own half. And you didn't capitalize on. You didn't score. You had 3 and outs on 2 of them.
That comment is why I don't like fucking Aaron Rodgers.
He
And
didn't
I
take
think he's
accountability,
talented.
man.
He's
You got to take accountability. You didn't play well in the clutch moments. He didn't play well. If he would have played well in the clutch moments, if you look at the box score and you seen what they did,
They're supposed to win that game.
way they were not supposed to win.
He's a uber talented Josh Rosen. He has the same attitude as Josh Rosen. Man. So Josh Rosen about to be out the league. So the next question for you guys is the Rams.
No, hold on, wait. Before we move to that, though, I want to know. So you got what's your Mount Rushmore?
I just told you. Jordan, Braun,
I agree with those two.
Tiger. I think
I would put
was-
Muhammad over Tiger.
Some people don't even believe golf is a sport.
Yeah,
but
I would put
it is a
Muhammad.
sport.
But I mean, his level of dominance in it has to be respected.
Yeah, of course. The last one is very difficult. A lot of me wants to say Muhammad Ali.
I would
See,
go.
for me,
I don't
Gretzky
know
would be
if I
on
could say
mine.
that.
Yeah.
And the reason
What about soccer
why,
player? You don't got a soccer player up there? That's surprising.
I don't have a soccer player because there's too much dissension among who thinks is the best player. Like Gretzky was so much better than everyone else.
There's no
his
argument.
Numbers are so much better than everyone
No
else's that like his level of dominance in the sport is like that Tiger type level. So for me, I would probably put them 2. I would definitely put Jordan, and then if LeBron wins this one, LeBron would probably be my 4th. Like if LeBron goes and wins this one,
Why?
There's-
Why does he have to? He's won with 3 different
he
cities.
has. But
Why?
Yes.
So tell me why. What makes why? Tell me why.
Because
You can't just say
to me,
yes,
if he wins this one, then like
He's got to win another
because
one.
before I was telling you guys, I was
why?
willing not to put LeBron at that like he would. You guys have him at that Jordan level. I don't have him.
He's at the dining table with Jordan.
I don't have him at the Jordan level.
You don't have him at the dining
He
table with
wins
Jordan.
this- he
If
wins
Jordan's
this
at the dining
one?
table, where's LeBron?
If Jordan's at the dining table,
Why?
LeBron's the hostess right now.
Why?
Now, if LeBron wins this championship for me, I'm just
Why
I'm
does
just
he have to
telling
win
you,
this
if
one?
he wins this one,
Why does he have to win this one? When this man
if he
is-
wins this one,
Why?
at what is he's 36?
God,
If he
36,
wins
yeah.
this one at 36, with the current construction of the other teams, it's different, fam.
No,
it's different.
how?
Now he's at the table.
How?
Now he's tapping Jordan like, "Yo, tell the waiter to bring us a bottle of wine."
You gotta
feel me?
be kidding
I'm
me.
just telling you. That's my. Can I have my personal opinion?
Yeah, the talent that I love Jordan.
Can I have my personal
I love
opinion?
Jordan. The talent that Jordan beat, nowhere near comparison. To the
Okay,
talent.
I just have my personal opinion. And
You
in the
can't.
fashion in which
You
Michael
can't.
dominated,
and now
it's
this,
just my
this
personal
man
opinion.
has to win
So-
another one in LA, as if he hasn't won one in Cleveland, Miami.
I'm just
and
saying
LA.
for me.
He has to win
For
another
him to
one
be on
in
a Mount
LA.
Rushmore for me.
And the only reason why is if he has to beat. If he wins with the construction of the team in the East, and we don't even know if they're going to fucking be there. We don't know if they're going to
I
fucking be
didn't
there.
say the team in the East. I'm saying
It's
all
what
the
it has
teams
to be,
in general.
because how?
Because the
How?
Clippers are
There's no-
formidable.
the fuck the
There's a
Clippers-
couple
the
of
Clippers-
teams in the East that are formidable.
The
So
Clippers ain't
whoever
do
he
shit
ends up
last year.
beating en route,
No, the Clippers
it's
ain't
gonna
do
be a
shit.
tough one.
The Clippers ain't do
It's gonna be
shit
a tough
last
one.
year. If he gets the Bucks, oh, it's a shitty Bucks again. If he gets the fucking Heat, yeah, fucking right. No, this comment is solely based on the fact that you expect him to get Brooklyn. You expect him to
No, I
get
don't.
you expect him to get fucking Brooklyn.
But watch this,
and you're
Joey.
saying, oh,
Joey,
he beats Brooklyn.
Joey, watch this, though.
Yeah, fuck Brooklyn.
If Brooklyn goes against LeBron, what comparable team talent-wise
None.
has Jordan gone against
Fucking none.
compared to Brooklyn?
None. because that's the three. In terms of an offensive output, those are probably the three best offensive players to ever be on a team in their prime. Three best offensive players.
So when LeBron was going up against Curry, Thompson, and the 73 win Warriors,
that team didn't have Kevin Durant on it.
I understand that.
Okay.
But you're going to tell me that what about that team versus any team that Jordan has gone against talent wise?
I mean, that team was decent, but I think the 72-10 Bulls would have beat that team. They were good, but that team that Durant had, that's a different level.
My argument is that I think
different level.
I think LeBron has gone against more talent than Jordan.
Kevin Durant is easily the second best player in the NBA, and some people think for a couple years was the best player.
Nobody else.
So
nobody else.
Kevin Durant wasn't on that 73 win team.
That 72.
He went on that team.
That 73 win team was the best team that ever won a finals prior to the when Durant got to them.
They didn't win the finals.
They didn't win the finals. LeBron. Guess who beat them? LeBron.
Best team to go to the finals.
I mean, okay.
That level of talent right there.
In your opinion, okay.
Who? Name one.
It's not opinion, it's facts.
Okay, I'll take Jordan and Pippen over Klay Thompson and Steph Curry any day of the week.
No. But that's not the argument. That's not the argument. The argument is what talent did Jordan go against?
None.
Not that's comparable to him
saying,
and Pippen.
My point is what
was the best team that Jordan ever won against?
But you just said Jordan would have won against that team and beat them. That's my point.
Is Stockton and Malone the best team he's ever gone against?
Probably.
Yeah.
From a talent perspective.
Yep.
Probably.
Not even probably. Say yes.
Yeah. It's in terms of all time. I mean, they're two of the best players in NBA history.
Or were the Pistons? The Pistons is biggest.
Nah. The Pistons got older, and plus, I would have.
They were on the way out.
Malone was better than everyone on that team.
They're on the way out.
I mean, Isaiah Thomas was a hell of a player, but
he wasn't. Carmelo.
He wasn't Carmelo.
So back to the original point on the Mount Rushmore. LeBron would only get there if he wins this year.
LeBron would be.
That's insane.
LeBron. No. He doesn't have to win this year. If he wins another one, I think it's a different conversation.
And then what if he wins another one after that?
It's a different conversation.
Is he like they're 1A and 1B?
I mean, for some people, he won't be a 1A,
no matter what he does.
For me.
Never. No matter what he does.
No, because I can't unseed the Dallas Mavericks. So, no.
I can't unsee Jordan walking away.
That's fine.
Twice.
That's fine.
Twice. I can't unsee Jordan having a fucking pissy fit about him not having his coach. I can't see Jordan getting his ass kicked his first 8 years.
He went 6 and 0. He went 6 and 0 in the finals, but there's plenty of years that he didn't even make it to the finals.
I can't unsee that he decided.
But he always played well.
He decided that since I can't have fucking Phil Jackson, I'm gonna retire, and then I'm gonna come back and play like shit versus the fuck with the goddamn Wizards. So I'm gonna end my career and throw a hissy fit.
In your opinion, that's fine.
You give Bron Tyronn Lue. What does he do?
Who's your Mount
fucking
Rushmore?
win?
He goes to the finals.
He goes and win.
I got Jordan. I got LeBron. I think Muhammad Ali goes up there in the Mount Rushmore. And then,
but does Muhammad Ali go up there for his accomplishments, or does he go up there for his?
That's my problem.
His off the field stuff.
That's where.
Because for me, Muhammad Ali was a great person, right?
He was a great
in terms of but he gets a lot of credit added to
outside of what he did outside of the ring.
The same way I feel about Jim Brown, right? We always talk about Jim Brown. Jim Brown gets a lot of credit. Now, don't get me wrong. He led the NFL in rushing 8 of the 9 seasons he was in the league. But people can't separate the man that he was, right, from the ability.
But Muhammad Ali fought everyone. And Muhammad Ali won.
He did.
He won.
And he got his ass beat a lot, too.
He lost 3 fights? 5 fights?
No, I think he lost like 7 fights.
Something of that nature. I can't remember. Some of that nature. But
was he the best boxer we ever seen?
You're gonna go with Floyd?
No. Floyd's not the best boxer.
Okay, I thought
he's the best defensive fighter I've ever seen.
I have to. I struggle with that.
I think there's more debate in terms of.
I can't put Gretzky.
Hold on.
I think Gretzky was just like a fucking. He's an offensive threat. Outside of that,
he was a prodigy.
Outside of that, we're done.
Before we move on topics real quick.
LeBron's a prodigy. It's the same shit. They literally are the same.
There's no one next to Gretzky. Like, there's no debate who's the best.
Because there was
there's people debating
because there was
Jordan's better than LeBron. No one's debating Gretzky
because there was a Jordan.
Yeah,
like, there's a Jordan.
Gretzky is the Jordan.
Okay, but there's no one that's second. There's no one.
But they had Sidney Crosby,
comparable. There's no comparable.
Sidney Crosby and Ovechkin.
Their numbers and their accomplishments are nowhere near.
Sidney Crosby and Ovechkin are not LeBron. They're not close.
No, they're not.
Okay, so that's the difference. There's somebody.
There hasn't been a prodigy yet. There hasn't been a prodigy.
No. Sidney Crosby was a prodigy. He just hasn't. He doesn't have the accomplishments and the statistics to stand
a prodigy that hasn't lived up to.
He's lived up to it. He's one of the greatest hockey players ever. He's just not Gretzky.
There's no way you can say 1 and 2. I don't think you could confidently argue
So
1 and 2.
before we change topics, I know we're about to change topics. I want to know what would it take? How many Super Bowls would it take for Pat Mahomes to get into the conversation of one of the greatest of all time? If he wins this one and 2 more, let's say he wins 4.
Again, Super Bowls are a team thing, right? Well, any championship on a team sport is a team thing. If he continues to play at the level he's playing at and goes to more, doesn't it, I mean, I don't expect Pat Mahomes to win 6 or 7 Super Bowls. If he does, I mean, whew. But if he's in knocking, it's like I don't expect LeBron necessarily to win 6 titles, but he wins a 5th one, it's different. But I mean, if Pat Mahomes wins 3, has 5 MVPs, plays this level that he's playing at, which is ridiculous.
It's a silly question to ask who you would take in their prime, Tom Brady or Pat Mahomes. You're starting. You're a general manager, and you're
Pat Mahomes not even in his prime yet. That's the issue.
That's crazy.
And when you look at their beginning of their career, I think someone posted like their first 50.
He's doing things nobody's ever done.
Like their statistics are not even close. Now again, when Brady started, were they throwing the football the same amount? No, but he wasn't. He was a passenger on the first Super Bowl team.
Correct.
I mean, let's be honest. He was a game manager. So
there's a lot of weapons on that side, and
there is.
I want to.
Andy Reid's a great offensive coach too.
I love.
Yeah, but you gotta have the talent because Donovan McNabb didn't get it done.
I want to see Mahomes with not as much talent, and then I want to see him.
But anybody's gonna play better with talent.
Yeah,
around
but
them.
that talent's special. I want to see him with not as much.
You
talent.
want to see him with the run-of-the-mill NFL players, and
yeah,
like
with the
Tom
run-of-the-mill NFL players like Tom Brady,
Brady,
Drew Brees had to deal with, like Philip Rivers had to deal with. Give me the run-of-the-mill
Tom
players.
Brady,
We'll
Philip Rivers made ordinary. Tom Brady and Drew Brees made ordinary receivers look special.
Yeah, so I just want to see him with that.
Troy Brown won a Super Bowl MVP. Deion Branch, like he had ordinary receivers out there going to teams getting paid and was just ordinary. Yeah. Like he had Wes Welker wondering, like people wondering, like, hold on, why wasn't Wes Welker a first round pick?
Yeah,
I just want to see
Julian Edelman, guys like that. Like,
I love Pat. I think Mahomes is gonna be great.
He's had the best first 3 seasons as a starter that anyone's ever had.
But he's walked into the most talent that anyone's ever had.
Yes,
and that's what I've. Yes, he's had.
But that's just simply because other people didn't believe in him. What did he get drafted? What was it? 10th? So a whole bunch of people passed on him. That's why he walked into a team that had
Baker was taking over him.
It's like 3 teams passed on him.
No, but I'm saying that's why he walked into a team with so much talent because they were a decent team with Alex Smith.
Yeah,
and people passed on him.
Maybe it was 10, 17, some shit like that.
I think it was. I don't think it was 10. I think it was 17.
Deshaun was drafted around.
Yeah,
10
Deshaun was 12. I think.
Yeah, he was after.
And Mitchell Trubisky went. That's why people. Oh, I'm like, listen, Pat Mahomes was in that Texas Tech Red Raider offense. Everybody went to work in that offense.
Yeah.
So people just probably were like, man, he has an arm, but
we've seen this before.
Right now, and we spoke about this briefly. The trade that shocked me was, and I don't know if you guys know the exact details. We can pull it up with Matt Stafford and Jared Goff. Do you guys think the Rams gave up way too much for Matt Stafford at 32 years old?
No.
The Rams,
really?
He's 32.
Jared Goff was just in a Super Bowl with
He's
them.
not a good player.
The Rams are in a win now mode.
Listen,
they have to win now.
I'm gonna tell y'all a couple things. I was in the Detroit Lions organization. The level of dysfunction, like the fact that they weren't winning and he was the quarterback, I rest solely on the organization. Think about it.
He's got that much arm.
They let Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson, 2 of the best football players we've ever seen in their prime, told Detroit, no, thank you.
We're out of here.
Because the organization.
But why didn't they force their hand like Deshaun Watson is right now?
The organization's shit.
Yeah, you can't.
They couldn't
Ask for a trade, just like
no.
Deshaun Watson.
Detroit said no.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, I'll retire. You think they tried to get out? Both of them.
What do you
And they
think
said,
Houston's gonna say?
listen, Henry, the Ford family, they make their money in this is just a plaything for them. It's a hobby.
So you guys think the Rams came up?
I mean,
think
he's a significantly better player than Jared Goff.
I know he's slightly better. I wouldn't say significantly.
He has a significantly better arm.
At 32 versus 25 years old.
Statistically,
how old is Aaron Rodgers?
I get it.
Statistically, they're giving you about the same.
I mean, but he's had a couple special seasons.
Yeah, he's had some.
Now he had Calvin Johnson, but he had a season where he threw 5,000, had 41 touchdowns.
But they were just in the Super Bowl with Jared Goff 2 years ago.
Yeah, because they had a great defense and they had some good pieces.
They have to win now.
With a good offensive court, with a great offensive play.
You think McVay has been thinking about this for? But why'd they pay him then? Why'd they pay him then?
Because they didn't have a choice.
You drafted him, yeah.
You didn't have another answer. They didn't
drafted him.
Matthew Stafford was going to be available. Matthew Stafford told him, "Bro, I'm out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. 12 years, thank you."
How far do the Rams go next year with Matt
Same place they went this year.
Yeah,
wild card,
which was far.
Maybe.
I mean, they were a good team. But I think Sean McVay's seen enough of Jared Goff and knows this man is not going to.
So if they're still not going to win, why give up 2 first rounders?
McVay didn't draft.
What's 2 first rounders?
McVay didn't draft him.
You don't know what it could turn into.
First of all, if you're the Rams, right, you're thinking we're going to be competitive. We're drafting late. So you're getting 20 something odd pick.
You're getting a high second round.
Half the people in the first round are bust anyways.
20 through 30 pick is kind of like a toss up if you're going to get a good player. You guys,
it's not a toss up.
So then
you might as well be a second round pick. Who cares?
Franchise quarterback, right? We know he's a franchise quarterback, or a possible whatever that's not going to, because you're not going to be drafting high enough to get the top quarterbacks coming out anyways. So. I mean, you're gonna hope you get find another Patrick Mahomes once in a generation to fall to 17.
I just think they needed to win. I don't think they like golf as much as they love that. I don't think they like golf as much.
We don't know. Aaron Donald could have told him, "Listen, man, this ain't working for me.
How far?
Don't waste my prime
contract.
How far down do you guys have Deshaun Watson from Pat Mahomes? Or are they I think
Deshaun Watson's a top.
If you give Deshaun Watson the same weapons as Pat,
he's a top 5 player.
I think he's a top 5 quarterback.
I'm asking, but where as far as like with Mahomes?
I think you switch teams, they'll both be just equally as good.
I think if Deshaun Watson had those weapons, I think he would have gone to a Super Bowl at some point at thus far in his career.
Does he get traded?
Because he had a special year this year with
nothing.
I mean, he had Brandon Cooks.
Does he get traded? Does he get traded, or you guys think they play hardball and they keep him?
They said the player's not up for trade. Now, obviously, if someone comes in with something outrageous, because if you're giving up 2 first round, the thing is,
for Matt Stafford,
the price just went up significantly.
Yeah, it did.
The price went up
because of Matt Stafford trade.
But also,
no, it didn't.
I mean, you're holding out for more than 2 first round picks if you're the Texans.
I mean, why? I mean, the Rams first round pick and the Jets first round pick are 2 different first round picks.
Of course.
What the fuck are we talking about then? Why
the Dolphins got the 3rd overall pick right now.
Dolphins first round pick. I don't think the
Dolphins had the 3rd and the 20th.
It's not the 20th first round.
I don't think the Dolphins are
so if they give Tua the 3rd overall pick and the 20 something overall pick, early 20 pick that they have, plus maybe a corner, you don't think that the
that's a hometown.
I don't think that Brian.
Okay, let me be a homer. I'm asking a question though.
I don't think Brian Flores is going to do it.
How?
Why?
Because I think they still haven't seen what Tua is yet. I think they'll give Tua 1 more year before they decide that they're going to move on. Because you need weapons.
But right now they have value.
They don't have
the Dolphins
weapons,
have value,
but they don't have weapons. Can't even evaluate a quarterback.
I think they want to make the trade.
I don't think they will.
I don't think they will. I think they want to.
Because you're also inheriting $40 million to the cap.
Yeah. I think they want to make the trade, though.
You're giving up assets and you're inheriting $40 million. So you can't, other than the draft picks that you gave up.
Would you say Tua, you out of here? Come here, Watson. Let's go. You guys give up on a quarterback that soon?
I mean, he'll never be as good as Deshaun Watson.
It'd have to be a perfect world. A lot of things need to be played out. I need to figure out where the cap is, what I'm going to do with the cap, like shit like that, which is more important than getting a quarterback. Like I mentioned this before. You get Deshaun Watson on that Dolphins team and you handicap him for the next 5 years. What the fuck is the use of having him if you're not going to have any players to bring there?
Yeah. No fucking. Because you're giving up the cheap labor that you could get in the draft picks. Yeah. So now you got to go, in order to get a quality receiver, you got to go pay him, which you don't have the money because you just took $40 million hit on the cap. That's the issue.
Yeah,
that's the issue. Like, I think the Rams also were thinking, we're getting Jared Goff's contract off.
Our team is built now. Where do they need
help?
That
contract off. Where do Matthew Stafford?
He's still on the Rams.
Where do they need help? If I'm the Rams, where do they need help? I don't need help anywhere.
They need help at the quarterback position.
I need help at the quarterback position. So me giving up 2 first-round picks, who gives a fuck? I get Matthew Stafford. I think he's better than fucking Jared
They got
Goff.
functional
my
receivers.
my team is ready to win
Decent
right
running
now.
backs.
They have to win now.
I think
That's their
it's
problem.
an upgrade. I was just shocked because
Oh yeah, it's definitely an upgrade. No one's disputing that's an upgrade.
I don't know if it's an upgrade.
you don't think it's an upgrade.
I don't know if it's an upgrade.
I think Stafford's significantly better.
If they
than
don't win,
Goff.
then is it really a fucking upgrade? They don't win if they
Yeah,
keep
but-
going to the same fucking
but-
playoffs and keep losing in the
But the
second round.
reality is, let's be honest.
it really a fucking upgrade?
We know what people are saying, right? But Sean McVay's the one evaluating the quarterback tape.
Of course.
So he knows what he sees and doesn't
Of
see.
course.
So he may be thinking in his mind, what I'm seeing, it's not good enough.
Of course.
not good enough.
But again, if you keep going to the second round and keep getting exits in the second round, what the fuck is the difference?
You know what? I'm
Yeah, but
Nothing.
you're fixing the most important position on your team.
You're fixing the most important position on the team, but you only have this shit for 3 more years, 4 more years. You only have this core and this talent for 3 or 4 more years. So if
But
I
that's
keep
why you
pissing
made
it down my leg,
But that's why you made the trade.
but if I keep
because it's
pissing,
upgrade.
it's not an upgrade until you win. They need to win.
But
now.
it's an upgrade as a player at that position. though, Joe.
I don't think
It's
so.
an upgrade.
As this franchise has literally just set themselves
Now
back.
the wins and losses.
If they don't win a
column
championship,
different.
if they don't win a championship, this franchise has done nothing over the next 2 years. I don't even get to bring in young, nice talent.
Yeah, you're right, but you're still upgrading the most important position, though. Now, obviously, that has to bear fruit as you play
I'm
games.
upgrading the most
but-
important position, but if the most important position is only going to get me to the second round and out of the playoffs again, which
Yeah.
I've done for the last 3 or 4
Yeah.
years, it's
But
not
if
a
you're the
fucking
head
upgrade.
coach and you're watching the tape and you're saying this man's holding us back, right? And you just paid him, what are you going to do? You got to make a move.
If you would.
Yeah.
You would make a move, but that doesn't mean it's the right
Is
move.
this the best offense that Matthew
So
Stafford's
what
had?
would you have done?
What would I have done?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and jump up. Whatever I need to do. If I mortgage all that shit, mortgage Goff, mortgage the 2 first
So you're saying
rounders,
get a younger talent?
get
But
a
I feel
younger
like
talent.
most people didn't think. First of all,
and
I
have
think
a quarterback
they think
on a
that
rookie contract?
Most people think that they overpaid for him in the first place, giving him $32,
I
$33 million.
believe so too.
So
But
you
I'm
have to have a
gonna mortgage my
partner.
way up.
gotta have
You
a
do,
partner.
you do. But I'm gonna mortgage my way up, or worst case scenario, I'll stay there and try and figure out how to get up and grab a quarterback that I can. Because again, if Matthew Stafford only takes you to
But
the
you're going to
second,
grab a quarterback and keep Jared Goff on the roster?
yeah, if Matthew Stafford only
At
takes me to the
$32 million?
second, so what? That's what a fucking Packers just did. If Matthew Stafford only gets me to the second round, it doesn't make a fucking difference. I can have
he's still
Jared
upgraded.
Goff. I can have Kellen Clemson. I can have whoever the fuck I want. If Dak Prescott, if I'm going to the second round and getting X
Yeah,
out,
but if you
who
believe the
cares?
reason why you're getting out the second round is your quarterback, you got to try to upgrade.
you should,
Yeah.
you should, but he just sold the future to try and upgrade.
Absolutely.
That's
But
my
you
problem.
got to win now.
Don't sell the future. If you
Aaron Donald's
to
how
him,
old? How
to
old is
him,
Aaron Donald?
Oh, Aaron, fucking
31,
20
32?
No, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm 34. He got to be fucking.
First of all, you're not 34.
I'm 35.
Yeah, you about,
He
to be 36.
I'm 35. Shit, I ain't get to New Orleans. I ain't get to St. Louis until I was 5. He got to be 29, 28,
29.
29.
Yeah.
So
he got three.
I
He got three, 4 more years in his
I got
career.
3, 4 more years in him. So
He's
what
about to be- he's about-
Matthew
he's-
Stafford got
He's about to be
4
30.
years.
He's
What
about to be
I
30.
got
He's
the
about to be
same
30
thing
in a few
with-
months.
And Matthew Stafford give you
I
4
got the
years.
same thing with, but I'm already over leveraging all my money. I got young players coming up that need it. I don't understand it unless it fucking wins. It is a lateral move. It's a lateral
Yeah,
move. and I
but you
sold
got to
the
make
future.
the move first and then see.
It's a lateral.
So we can only make that assessment after the season.
There's
But that's what I was thinking
There's
too, though.
nothing Matthew Stafford has done in his career that makes me say I have to have him. Nothing.
Is this the best offense
still
he's ever
fucking-
been on? Is this the best offense he's ever been on?
He
Nothing.
had Calvin Johnson.
He's thrown for 40, 50 touchdowns. Yeah, Calvin was there. We don't have fucking Calvin.
Yeah, I know.
We ain't got nobody close to him.
No.
Okay then. So don't give me this shit. There's nothing Matthew Stafford has done in 15 fucking years.
So you feel like
to
they
say
sacrificed
yes.
they sacrificed too much for a lateral move?
I'm saying
that's what I was asking.
I mean,
I'm
no,
saying
it's
it
a
only
gamble.
worked.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble.
It's a gamble, but it's
But I
only
believe
worked
he's
if
a
they
better
win.
player.
If they win,
He's a better
give
player.
a fuck
are they,
if you're a better player.
are they
if I'm
saving
doing
a
the same
significant
thing.
amount of money on the cap by doing that?
Probably not.
Stafford's making less money though. I'm pretty sure.
Not by
Pretty sure
much.
he's making less money.
I want to save $3 million. What the fucking do?
But also he's on a deal that's probably expiring soon. So
I got to pay him too because I just gave him 2 first rounders.
So who got robbed?
I gotta pay him too.
Who got
But
robbed?
it could be a situation where if he don't play well, we don't pay him.
And then I lost 2 first rounders.
He did, but that's
And
why
then guess
that's why
what?
it's a
And then
gamble.
guess what? Year 3, I lost 2 fucking first rounders. I got rid of fucking Matthew Stafford. He's out of the fucking door. Aaron Donald's pissed. Jalen Ramsey's fucking
but
pissed.
shit,
We haven't won
Jared
fucking
Goff
shit.
might be out there
and
in the
everybody's
NFL.
fucking. He might be.
Yeah.
He might be. But this move means nothing unless they fucking win. You got to win an NFC championship, and I don't think they could do it.
They might.
So who got robbed in this trade? If
I don't think anyone got robbed. I think you made a gamble.
The St. Louis Rams not St. Louis, the Los Angeles Rams got robbed. There's nothing Matthew Stafford has done in his body of work that says I'm fucking giving up 2 first rounders. Nothing. Literally nothing.
No, not that give up 2 first rounders, but
there's nothing.
He's a better player.
He's a Matthew Stafford fan. I get it.
He's a better player.
You loved him. He was great. He was probably a good locker room guy. He threw fucking 50 touchdowns to Calvin.
There's bias.
There's some bias.
I didn't play with Matthew Stafford. I didn't play with Matthew. Matthew Stafford was there after me.
There's bias.
I don't know Matthew Stafford, so there's no bias.
There's that Detroit Lions tie.
There's no bias. I didn't play with Matthew
Stafford. There's nothing he's done in 12, 15 years, however long.
Who was there, Orlovsky?
There's nothing he's done.
John Kitna was the starter.
He's nothing he's done. Fucking
yeah,
guy.
but look, listen. Speaking of robbery, what do you guys think about that Robinhood, GameStop, AMC? What's your guys' opinion on how they just shut the middle class and pour down on free market trading?
Listen, man, that's what the rich people do. Let me. That's what the wealthy people do. It's nothing new. Like, are we surprised? Let's be honest.
No, I'm surprised that it was okay. So what surprised me about it is how blatant and openly they did it. Like they're like, "Fuck it, let's see what the consequences are going to be." But
because people
we're shutting you guys down.
Billions of dollars got lost. People panicked.
It's not.
That's what happened.
I don't think it's blatant and openly. They crunched the numbers and said, "Hey, can't do this shit.
Shutting this down."
Fuck you, mean? Like they're investors, not even. They're Series A, B, and C investors say, "Hey, bruh, shut that shit down, son." Which is fine.
And it wasn't just Robinhood. TD Ameritrade shut that shit. A whole bunch of people shut that shit down. Everybody's giving flack to Robinhood like they were the only people that shut it down.
They giving flack to Robinhood because Robinhood is fucking broadcast themselves as a free trade market, the little guys and all that shit. Yeah. That's just
the irony of that too, by the way.
That's just
the irony of the name Robinhood. The funniest thing I seen on the internet, man, they said they need to change their whole thing from Robinhood to Robin the Hood. That shit had me dying, man, because that's basically what they did, man. They stopped the little guys, the little investors, from doing their thing and making their money and losing it all to the big hedge funds and investors and stuff like that. And it's blatantly wrong. And there's been a couple of I think it was the Texas AC. I think he said that he's gonna go and investigate and put a lawsuit and see what's going on with all of that because.
Listen, man, all those people that got affected, they got enough money to put them lawsuits to shame. And they give you guys a nice little couple $100 million class action lawsuit. Tell y'all go sit down.
Pay all you guys $7. Enjoy. It just doesn't.
Sit down.
You guys don't feel no type of way about it?
I like to say this. Listen, if you owned it, if we owned it, would we have shut it down? It's my pure. That's the only question.
The reality is they don't want people that aren't investing a significant amount of money to be able to make money that quickly. That's really what it comes down to.
It's not that. I don't think it's that.
I think it is.
I think it would be perfectly fine if they made a fuck ton of money. I think the problem is you did it with people who invest in the app, who have initial funding in the app. That's the problem. The problem is that. Now, get me wrong. There's some, I'm pretty sure some hedge funds heads made some calls and shit like that.
Oh, they put the pressure on.
I'm pretty sure of that, which is perfectly fine. But again, these guys at Robinhood, the CEO and all these guys, they have people to answer to. They have the investors to answer to. And guess what? The investors say, "Hey, listen,
shut that shit down.
Slow it down. Let us get out of this short."
And they gave them shut it down. All you needed was a day.
It doesn't matter. It gave them 24 hours.
That's all you needed.
Half these boys got out of this short, and it's okay. Now, hey, listen, open it back up.
No, they barely opened it back up. You were able to buy and sell. I mean, you were able to buy, but you weren't able to sell your shares. That's bullshit. Like for me, it's upsetting because we all live in a world where we know that the top 1% runs it, but they're doing it openly and blatantly, like in our face. Like that's a little disrespectful.
If you own the app, would you have left that open?
Bro, but that's
it's a yes or no question. If you've only
nobody wants to lose money.
If you're the only
nobody wants to lose money.
You would have kept it open if the people that invested in you didn't call you until you shut that shit down.
Absolutely. If you don't own the app and they would have called you and said, "Hey, yo, shut it down," what would you have done?
You'd have had to shut it down.
What if you listen? I'm gonna need
those are your bosses.
I'm gonna need you to say it. I'm gonna say, go ahead. I know you want to stand up here on the table for the free people. I'm with you. I'd rather do it too. But let's look at this thing realistically and say, hey, buddy, if you own the app and they came knocking on the door, the people who people who funded you at first and the people who are giving you this IPO because you want to open up this IPO.
They're the ones that are funding the
You
whole
want to
thing.
open up this IPO in 6 months. So guess what? Yeah, okay.
Nah,
I'll buy you lunch. Have a good day.
It's just crazy.
We're not even going to talk about it long. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you that call and say, hey, yo, shut it down. We're not even going to talk about it. We're not going to have a conversation. We're not going to do none of that shit because you want your money right. Yep. You want your IPO right. Yep. Shut it down. Homie.
There's got to be consequences though.
Yeah,
man.
consequences is a class action. Yeah. And when the class action come, you know what I'm going to do as a CEO? Hey, homie, you told me to shut it down. I'm going to need you to front this.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to front this. Which will be pennies.
And guess what? And
it was like when the
compared
NFL,
to billions.
It was like when the NFL had the concussion settlement for what was it? $800 million? What is that? That's pennies. They make $12, $15 million.
And we'll have this shit over a fucking $1,000 bottle of wine. We'll laugh about this shit. Because they got fucking mad. We got mad. They got mad. Who cares? But if we saving money, my IPO open up next week at 120. We're going to make a lot of fucking money here. Everybody enjoy.
But this whole situation is just basically saying like anybody with a certain amount of money can make anything happen. And we've always known that. We've always known that. But what I'm saying is
you close your eyes to it.
But that's what I'm saying. We've always known that. But now it's openly and blatantly just tossing our face that it's like, yo, you guys, listen, we have this amount of money. Shut the fuck up. We're going to do what we want.
It's been
like,
open
that
and
shit that's
it's been
crazy,
open and
man.
I mean, they'll pay a lawsuit. They'll go to court. They got the most best money can buy. They'll settle out of court, and
it's been open and blatant. Like that's just the way this shit is.
Somebody talk about, hey, remember 10 years ago when Robinhood was on? Yeah, man, I remember that shit. Man, I lost a couple hundred.
And that's it. It's a cool story. And 3 weeks, which was, I think that's a news cycle. News cycle lasts 3 weeks.
I honestly think that Wall Street. I think they fucked up because